This message is for somebody who is secretly resentful. Now, you could be overtly resentful as well, but most likely it's even deeper than what you're letting yourself know. It's deeper than what you're letting on. 818 on the clock, that's an important number. 13, 14 as well, these are confirmation numbers. Who I'm reading for, you're resenting the work, the past, how much has to go into something that feels pointless and doesn't give the results you're looking for. You're frustrated. You're in frustrated loops. You could feel cheated of your destiny. You could resent having less than. And a lot of this resentment is actually turned inward. It's facing towards you. So if you go the deepest down you can go, it's like towards yourself. You could feel rebellious. You could feel like your efforts don't matter. You could feel like the system is pointless, like everything is pointless. You could feel defeated, like you're running in circles. And even at times it's like maddening, like you're going mad. That Alice in Wonderland vibe. Could literally be attracted to mazes or labyrinths. And you are this colossal mix, I'm hearing, of things. Of everything all at once in a way. There is some resentment about having to do work as well that feels like you shouldn't have to do. As an example, it might not make sense why you always had this feeling of regality or being regal, but then it was almost shameful or embarrassing for you to do laborious tasks or to work laboriously, and you really had to learn to get into that humble vibe. Also, more paranormal activity coming through this reading space right now, so that could or could not be significant for you. Please only take the details that resonate for you. You don't have to resonate with every single detail to claim this. I'm just trying to give you an idea of who you are, so this is actually specified and you actually know that this is your message and it doesn't feel like some random message popping up. I am also getting like a from rags to riches type of vibe, okay? As that phrase is really overused, there's a lot about where you're focusing right now, where you've been focusing. It's still keeping you faced towards the past. Sometimes it's keeping you in like a frustrated circle of the same thing in slightly different ways. And you might not realize that there's a lot more up ahead still. And I'm hearing that it's in a whole different circumference. It feels really important and significant to actually face and deal with this resentment, okay? Does not mean you need to change it. Doesn't mean you need to get rid of it. It means you need to acknowledge it and not pretend it's there. And not pretend that it's not there. Because pretending it's not there and trying to like paint over it or cover it up is creating frustration, anger, tension, resistance, and it's keeping you in one spot. It's like pulling harder and harder from opposite ends and just remaining in one spot. You don't go either way. I'd also like to say sometimes it's cycles, and sometimes you are feeling further than this along. You're not feeling in this space. So when you snap back into this space, you feel extra resentful because you're like, shit, I'm back here again. Are you serious? You know? Then you go into this vibe of kind of like just my luck. But of course, like what do they have that I don't, or why does that but I can't, or why did they do that in the past? Like, look at what this is. How am I supposed to like work with this? How am I supposed to get through? Like, there's all this like, oof, you know. Also have really strong imposter syndrome, or feel like what you're doing is somehow fake, or it's not meaningful enough. There is also a lot of blame towards people in the past and things in the past, things that brought you to this place now, whether it's systems, societies, teachers, peoples. Like, there's a lot of blame. And again, deeper down beneath those layers, there's also, of course, the self-blame. Okay, so now I want to show you the images. This is the energy we're seeing you in right now. I don't know if you can really like get a feeling of her facial expression, her energy, her dissatisfaction, the task that she's doing, okay? And this, the second image, is the energy that you feel you are supposed to be in. This is the energy of the chosen one, of gifted, talented, special, recognized, renowned, seen, understood for your creations, for your craft, for what you do, for what you are, for what you want to put out. There is a pretty big difference between the two, okay? This is where you are or go a lot, and this is where you know or have felt you're supposed to be. That feeling of I should be here, but I'm here also feeds and fuels all of that resentment and that dissatisfaction and that pain. Remember when I told you the number 8 is important? It is for you. Here on the bottom of the deck, you have the 8 of Wands, a message, a significant message coming in swiftly and quickly, from either an unidentified source or an unexpected source. This is not you. This is somebody else sending this message, okay? Bringing this message to you in one way or the other. This message is here to change things. This is the energy of decadence, okay? This is here to suddenly and abruptly change things. This message. Literally here, we are here to change your situation on earth, in life, in earth school. Now, before we go further, I also want to point out her expression in these images is not that much different. She's a little bit dissatisfied, a little bit sad, whatever, in both. Okay? This is your energy in both of these images. Same person in both of these images, energetically. Similar dissatisfaction, but in different ways. One is more feisty. It's fueled with that resentment, that frustration, that anger. The other, the chosen one, God's favorite, the one that's picked, the one that's seen and recognized, she has that. But it doesn't mean that she's full, you know? That's something that's very challenging to fathom on the other side of the fence in the start of a journey or further along on a journey. But before we have certain revelations, it's very challenging to comprehend the reality of what that means when you want so bad to be on the other side of something. Now, for some of you, you can be clinging to one specific talent or outlet, okay, when there's another one that could be similar, okay, same vein, but that's calling you, or another one that you would excel with, but you are so stuck and holding so tight to the other. Notice she's gripping this paintbrush here with her resentment, okay? Notice she's holding this instrument here loosely, flowingly, naturally, and freely. Identifying your resentments, doing that shadow work, doing that understanding and seeing of yourself, doing that work, okay, is going to help you in so many areas, including unveiling what you're doing, why you're doing it, and if you really want to keep doing it in life, if that's really your flow or not. And deciding this for yourself. There's a stubbornness in you, and we're not here to fix it all, solve it all, answer it all. We're just here to help you understand yourself a little bit better, to reflect back to you like a mirror. Wander with me for a moment. What if everything you want and you're doing in life is for other people, so that you can be accepted, connected? Stay with me. This probably sounds like the opposite, okay? Probably sounds like what you've moved away from. When you were a little kid, did you ever have sleepovers or play dates or friends that you just got like so excited about? And can you remember that feeling of like total excitement? Or do you even know what it is to be truly loved, accepted with groups of people, community that get you, that feel safe, that feel amazing and nourishing? Now, in your loneliness, you've developed companionship. You've developed this, okay? You've had to be extremely patient. You've focused on your ambitions and your passions and your creativity and your art and your imagination, and that's amazing. But what if even that is still the end goal that you might not even ever tell yourself, of just wanting to be seen and connect with the right people? And what if the reason why you lose ambition when you're with people is because the whole point of everything in the first place was to find those people? And what if all that resentment that's funneled into all these different things is actually pain because you feel let down by people? What if everything comes back to social connection, love, community, and people, the very thing that you could detest, shut out, be triggered by, and say, no, that's not it? This probably puts you in pretty codependent relationships where one person is like the all. I also see you have quite a knack for the paranormal energy. We already saw that in your reading. All we want you to do is observe this for now. Okay, that's what your energies, helpers, healers, guides, angels say. Your energies that are helping you here, that's what they say. Most of all, that's what you are telling you. What if? Explore the possibility, explore the potential.